Welcome to the Heavy Sweater Podcast. My name is John King. Thanks for listening to the podcast. If this is your first time listening, this is the Heavy Sweater Podcast, a deep dive into the beginnings of local Australian musicians and bands of the heavy variety. Yeah, this past week is even more wild than last week. If you listened last week, I said I've had a pretty fucking crazy week, just super busy. As of recording this, it's the night before the episode drops, so it's Tuesday night. I'm taking it to the fucking wire with this one. Anyway, enough about my bullshit. This week's guest is a fucking huge one. Episode 10, we're in double digits. And what a way to celebrate with Luke Gallows of Cries, formerly of Fires of Waco, and the Gifthorse. I've said it before and I'll say it again now. The Gifthorse, in my opinion, the best Brisbane band of all time. I will fight anyone that wants to fucking argue with me on that. Not even, I'm not a violent person. I'm not a very aggressive person. But I've got a fucking strong opinion about this. We get into the Gifthorse a little bit. But yeah, this is a great episode. We go through Luke's crazy journey and everything he's doing now with Gallows Drums. We talk a bit of drum gear. After this one, I really missed playing drums, so it was a good kick up the arse for me. But yeah, Cries are fucking crazy. They're so sick. They've been crushing for ages, and they're playing a killer show in 2 weeks on Friday the 17th of September in celebration of Divorce. Fucking great release. And they'll be joined by Rivals, Headwreck, and Dead Nerve, and they'll be at the Woolly Mammoth, so go check it out. Get tickets while you can. I remember maybe 6 years ago now. It was like 2015 maybe. I was at a friend's place and we were just trying to put a band together. This was way before I started Either Divide. So we're out there just jamming, writing some stuff, and his housemate was talking to me about the local scene. I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, cool. And he handed me a CD and it was Divorce by She Cries Wolf. And he did not get that CD back. I still have it to this day. I'm not that guy normally, but it's a fucking sick release, so I kept it. But yeah, go out, Woolly Mammoth, 17th of September, celebrate the release of Divorce. They'll be playing it, so fuck yeah, go check it out. And check their music out wherever you listen to music. They are one of the best bands going today. So listen to them wherever you can get them. Yeah. With all that being said, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing, bud?
Good. How's lockdown for you?
It's been interesting. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've been trying to learn or needed to get to the drum room to get some shit done. But it's proved itself to be a bit tough because I was trying to slam it out on my Roland the other day. I was just nah, doesn't have the same feel. Too small. Doesn't
Sure.
So, but I'll be stoked to get out of it this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Where do you
what about yourself?
practice that?
I built a drum room in a hire a storage hire space.
Okay, sick.
And then basically soundproofed it and did whatever. So yeah, pretty much got 24-hour access to a little 6 by 3 meter room
cool.
kind of thing. So yeah, setting that up, and then hopefully I think the She Cries guys are going to start jamming there as well. Just everything going through laptops and all that kind of crap instead of using a PA system. Yeah, makes it easier for us to have a permanent space or something like that.
Yeah, our setup's sort of very similar. All our stuff is just run through our rig and Kempers, in-ears, and everything. Yeah, it's literally when we practice, all you can hear is drums.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what we'll have. We'll have pretty much all that, and obviously just you'll be able to hear some dude yelling to drums.
Yeah, sick.
So it'll sound very fucking stupid. But
it's the way of the future.
100%. Yeah,
cool.
But yeah,
sick. We'll get straight into like heavies and everything for you. And what's the first band you remember hearing that was a bit heavier than like the normal radio stuff?
I think like the stuff that got me into like heavy stuff, like I guess like when I was younger, I think it was fuck, what was it? I'd have to say it'd be like AFI. My older brother was like listening to like early AFI. I think it was roughly around about the All Hallows EP release. It was roughly around then, and I think it was that. What was it? It's like one of the self-titled Offspring ones. It has like fire on the front cover or something like that. But I remember that. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, well, I'll listen to this. And I put away my Pokemon to be a master soundtrack and my Spice Girls album that I bought when I was younger.
That's sick.
And I think the first thing I bought, like CD wise, was Green Day Nimrod on tape. I think.
Just slamming in the Walkman and good to go.
Put it on that. Cruise around on my BMX and like do some skids and just like
That's excellent. So straight up just punk. That's fucking rad.
So like my brother was in a punk band kind of thing, so it was like it was that I just kind of had like some of those influences from that, and then listened to Offspring, AFI, and then just kind of went on to that, and then discovered I think like the bigger metal one for me was like the Slipknot self-titled. Like as soon as I listened to that, I was like, fucking fuck yeah,
this is the shit.
I think my mom was just like, because my brother hadn't listened to anything like that either, and my mom was just like, what the fuck are you listening to? And I was like,
sick. I've said a couple of times on here that like once you get in on those gateway bands and you discover Slipknot, that's the rabbit hole.
Oh, dude, it was fully just like, oh, fuck. Like, obviously, like, I'd listened to Blink and everything like that, because, like, roughly around about that time, like, I think it was before Barker had joined, but it was, what was that one from Dude Ranch that was, like, sick? Damn It.
Oh,
like, that was,
everybody learns.
Yeah, everyone was wearing dicky shorts to like past their knees and like skate caps and like smashing like $1 short and shit like that.
Sick. Fuck yeah. Cool. So Slipknot's like the turn for you to go straight down to heavies.
It was like it did Slipknot, and then it was like a couple other ones like Static X and like a few of those kind of like more like, I guess I'd say like Roadrunner Records type
for
stuff.
Sure. The early metal.
And then I think it was like stuff like that. I shamefully listened to Stained for a little bit, I think, as well. It's like, fuck, there was some other ones that I listened to as well, but that's pretty much like Slippers was like the first kind of like heavy stuff that I listened to. It's outside of like, I guess like I'd call that probably like, I don't know, like American kind of like punk hardcore-y, like that kind of 90s hardcore stuff.
Yeah, because at the time AFI was still like a legit punk band. They hadn't gone emo.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like it was before they had released like Sing the Sorrow or whatever before that. Like they had like the full crazy commercial like success for that album. So they were still kind of like a little bit like kind of underground with that.
Yeah, like, still probably playing My Mom Won't Let Me Get a Mohawk.
Shit like that. Shit for like, it's basically like all like Nitro Records stuff, which is like interesting because Offspring was on Nitro Records as well. So there's like, I'm pretty sure Dexter is on some of the AFI tracks, like singing in the background for some of those. So I was like, oh yeah. So cool. Fucking mad shit.
Fuck yeah. And when does drums come into play for you?
I fucking sucked at drums. So I was like, I was in I was in primary school, and they had like this like random music program. They're like, oh yeah, try a couple of instruments out, and it was like me and one of my best friends, Jimmy. We were like, oh yeah, we'll maybe try and see if we can like play drums. He was good at it. I was not good at it. And yeah, I was just like, that was the first kind of time I tried it. And then it was basically like, then again in high school, that same drum teacher was like, all right, we're going to start again. And I tried it then and sucked. And this was like the height of like the Blink-182, like, like everyone was like, whoa, let's start a punk band. So me and my friends like all basically like literally drew like short straws and got like everyone else got everything else and chose, and the last thing left was drums. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I've tried it before, like maybe I'll like be all right at it.
Yeah.
And I'd originally bought like this little like Pee-wee 50 motorbike. It was like piece of shit. I like had fixed it and then resold it for like 300 and something bucks.
Yeah.
And then bought like my first drum kit with that. And it was just this like sun bleached Linko kit that like, if you press too hard on the outside, you'd snap the finish on it. It was like absolute trash. But it was like, I apologize to my mother now for like the band practices that we had, because it was just noise. It was fucking horrific noise. But
sick.
So that's kind of like excellent. What started that. So yeah,
for sure. I had I was lucky that when I first asked for a drum kit, my old boy was like, let's go to a music shop, and bought me like a Tama Swing Star, like all the fucking cymbals and stuff. And I just punished him for the rest of like his life with music. And he's like, it's a phase. I'm like, it's not a phase.
No, fuck no.
That's sick. And then, so that was your first band, the one with your friends in high school?
Yeah. It was what was the name? It's cringe as fuck too. No Strings Attached.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah. It was like attached with the little @ symbol. Before like emails were huge, man.
Like ahead of MySpace.
Yeah, that kind of shit. And then we'd play like shows like just at the lunchtime like outdoor stage. You'd be like, all right,
crazy,
play some like Blink songs or whatever, and just like make noise and whatever else. Best part about it was we just basically like, because at high school you could just get like a music slip. No one would ask you anything. They'd be like, oh yeah, cool, just go to the music room. You're like, oh yeah, we're just meeting up, good, like doing music slip or whatever. So we'd be like bored as fuck during like whatever class. Be like, oh, you want to go play drums? You're like, yeah man, no worries. And like a couple of us would just like basically go to the office, be like, oh, I need a music slip for the rest of the day. We're just learning some stuff for band practice or whatever. And we just literally go there and I think just play like Nirvana and shit like that, like on repeat, just because we fucking knew like 4 or 5 songs. We're like, oh, we'll just play it again, man. Like,
run through your set.
The set that goes for like 6 minutes. You're like, all right, man, let's do it again.
Sick. Do you play anything else, or is it just drums?
I tried to play bass for a little bit, and guitar. I got like an 8-string here as well. I tried to like do some like Doom-esque type stuff, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I was like, but like the more I put into it, the more worried I got that I was not spending time kind of learning more with drums kind of thing. Like because you can never, like, I think with drums it's one of those things, if you meet a guy that's like, oh man, I'm sick, like I'm real good at drums, you'd be like, cool, you're probably shit at it. Because it's like it's one of those instruments that you could be good at it, but you could never be like the best at it. Like there's always going to be someone that's going to be better than you that you can learn something from, or there's something you probably don't profess at within that realm, because there's so much different variations and different types of drummers as well. So it's definitely. Like, well, if you're a pro, you would be the dude that would be able to do everything, as opposed to just one specific thing, like outside of like metal drums or like punk hardcore stuff. It's fully like there's a whole another world of like
like Latin
you know,
drums, jazz drums. Yeah.
just like drum appreciation stuff. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you see like someone like I was having this conversation with Dan, like someone like Tom Perigian, like
Okay.
dude could like smash gospel chops out
Yeah.
his ass, like whatever else. But you get someone like Thomas Lang, and you know, you put those two dudes in the same band situation, and one of them would play a whole bunch of like just gospel, like, you know, I've hit everything, I've done this, I've done that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just rip the fuck out of the kit. And then the other one would be like, okay, I'm playing this, but I'm also got like, you know, I've got a backbeat, and I've got like, I'm
Yeah.
playing this hi-hat pattern in sevens and fucking whatever else.
Yeah.
That would just I guess like make the music sound better, as
Yeah.
opposed to just being like, yo, look how sick I'm ripping at drums
Yeah.
kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's just those different varied levels of like, I guess, people doing shit like that too.
Yeah, where like some drummers are servicing songs and other drummers are just like stroking their egos with like their abilities.
Like service a song or service yourself type thing. Like
Yeah.
that's the, I've always like kind of thought about the rule of like you kind of should focus on like the 1%ers kind of thing. So like everything should be like, you know, I guess like liquid with music, and then, you know, there's always those little bits where you're like, you know, you think of like a couple of different like songs in your like fucking high school. I mean, obviously Travis Barker's a separate thing because there's like heaps of 1%ers, but like just little bits, like you're like, oh fuck, here's that fill that comes in. It's like, oh, like, and it comes in, you're like, that's the little bits that you remember that are like, oh, that's shit hot. Like just
bits that hit
a little
hard.
a little bit of flavor, a little bit of like spice, but just it's done tastefully as opposed to just like too much kind of thing. But that's each to their own. But that's kind of like, if it was just like everything extreme the whole time, sometimes you can't really differentiate between what's good and what's not good as well. So
it makes it less special than when there is like a sick fill or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Just spicy shit.
Yeah. And then there's like the caveman spice where it's just like one weird like singular off time kick. That shit fucks me up.
Yeah.
Like the plot new type stuff where it's just like doom doom, and then like a little snare pop pop. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out.
Like, you're like, all right. You're like, oh, okay, I didn't know there was ghosts on the record. I guess there is now.
It's sick. Fuck yeah. And what like made you go from just listening to music to being like, I can be in bands and do the whole thing?
I think like, I mean, like I was never serious about it at first. Like I'd like, you know, just done those like high school band things and whatever else. And then I think because my brother was playing in punk bands as well. Yeah. And they were kind of playing decent stuff. So it was like, you know, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 was like ripping at the time. So they're like, so they had named their band No Comply. And their drummer had some like wrist issues. And my brother was like, oh, we're going to show at the Lions Den. Here's our fucking demo. You've got a day to learn it. And then we're going to drive up to Brisbane and play it kind of thing. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So, and I think I was like, it would have been maybe like year 10 when that happened. Wow. So yeah, it was like a while ago. So it was like when I first kind of like saw some of the like hardcore-esque punk shows that were happening in the Brisbane scene or whatever. And then I think I was watching I was watching what was it? It was like it's a horror movie. I think it was like Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah. That had like the best metal soundtrack on it. And
there was so I think I'd heard like what was that song? Not Rose of Sharon. It was like As Darkness Falls from like Killswitch Engage, like that intro thing with the double kick at the start. I was like, oh, what's this? And started looking into that, and then like we had changed like it was pretty much most of the guys that were still in that that punk band. We then started playing like metal-esque stuff. And then we started doing like metal hardcore stuff, and like year 11, year 12, we were playing. There was like some like hardcore venues like Her Majesty's Basement, which was like in Queen Street Mall. Which, like I'd seen like Her Nightmare and like Carpathian and I think like Madball and a couple other ones there as well.
That was the one with the big pillar in the middle of the room.
Yeah, there was like 2 pillars. The bar was all the way around the side. But yeah, our so we started playing shows there. So we played with like Japunga and some other like metal bands like way back when. But we were like in high school. So we were like my mom was driving us in with like all my drums and shit. And then like we'd load through the dock, not get up and check for ID, fucking, you know, rip a metal gig, and then you know, try and sneak a couple of beers and then drive back home, and then you know, go to school the next day. It was like fucking, you know, teachers like, oh, why are you tired? I'm like, I played a show last night. They're like, no, you didn't. Like, I was like, well, yeah, I did. Like, but yeah, and then that was kind of like the intro from like when I started playing those shows and started like, you know, I think when we roughly around then, it was like, you know, I'd seen Japunga play with Slipknot as well, and they'd done a tour with like Hatebreed as well. I think it was like 2003-ish type kind of thing. So I jump back and forward between timelines because it's like all that shit's very blurry for me at this point. But yeah, like it was all that kind of stuff. And then like once we'd played some of those shows, and there was some other bands like, I think I can remember like Lynch Martyr and like Truth Corroded and a whole bunch of ones like that had also started playing shows with like you know, thing like Amity and whatever else. And then there was like those Boys of Summer tours where, you know, you pay like, I don't know, like $10-15 and go see Parkway Drive at the Lions Den in front of like, you know, 50 people or something like that, and you'd be like, oh, this is sick. You know, every dude in a camo hat and those like skateboard belts with like, you know, River City hardcore or Byron Bay hardcore fucking you know, drawn on the fucking thing. But that's
that's so sick. Fuck yeah. And was that band still No Comply?
No. So No Comply, I did like one show for them then, and then the high school band that I was playing in was called 6 Foot Immortals. Yeah, it was cringe. But, yeah, we kept that for a bit, played some shows, and then pretty much like after high school, like myself and I like after high school, I went and did like a diploma in music business, and then basically moved to Brisbane after that. Like while I was doing that, I was playing in a like, so I'd done 6 Foot Immortals. That was like kind of ended because obviously everyone after high school wasn't doing anything. And then I'd met like through going through those like Lions Den shows, I'd met this dude, Scott Bailey, who was dating one of my friends, Taya. And yeah, he was like, like super into hardcore, like mad dude with like, you know, I can't do it now, but you know, just like, you know, pit and fucking, you know, just stage dive, front flips, like head walks, like all the dumb hardcore shit back in the day. That was like that kind of era of like hardcore-ish type stuff. And he was like, oh, you play drums? I was like, yeah, man. And he's like, oh, we should like start a hardcore band. I was like, yeah, all right, no worries. And yeah, we started this band called Reach Out. And we did a whole bunch of like, just like, I guess like shows at like we played like a few places, like mostly like Burpengary, like halls, you know, Moray Field halls, and like I think we ended up playing like in the city a few times. We played with like Wish for Wings and like Gorilla Biscuits and some other bands like that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
At 299. Yeah. Yeah, a couple other bands from memory, but yeah, that was at 299 before it got turned into it was a depot, then it was 299, and then it I think it burnt down now from like the recent thing, but that's like in the Valley Mall or whatever. But yeah, we did that, played with like like Enhanced Wake when they were using an iPod to play all their samples between songs and shit as well. Like,
that's killer.
Very, 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 very long time ago. Like so yeah, bunch of bands from that. And yeah, then I ended up moving to Brisbane and moved into like a share house with a couple of guys, and then started playing in a band. What was it? What was that one? We're still playing a Reach Out then. And then I think I played in a band called Line Break for a little bit. Played like a couple of shows. I think we played with so I joined that, and that had a guy from Values Here, which I played drums in for a little bit as well.
Oh, sick.
We played I think the coolest shows we ever played, I think, was with Have Heart. And
that's sick.
And we also played with Trash Talk as well.
Oh, cool.
And that was like upstairs at Rosie's. And I also like, after I started doing that, I started playing in a band called Remnants, which was Helmet from the Daylight Curse, Reed, used to play bass in 50 Lions. Then who else was it? Then a couple of guys from that Line Break band as well.
Cool.
And so with that Trash Talk show, I think I played in Line Break, and then played directly afterwards in Remnants, and then I think can't remember the other band that played, but then it was like with Trash Talk, and it's fucking that's a couple of the bands.
Yeah. And then when does Fires of Waco come through?
So I think when I was doing the stuff with Remnants, so Reed and Helmet were living in a share house with Joel Birch. And the singer from the Gifthorse is like good friends with good friends with all those guys. Had played in like a band with Joel and whatever else, and I was like kind of popping over around there just to like like drink beers and whatever else. That's basically this band. The Gifthorse had their drummer was like, can't really do it anymore. And they basically had hit me up to do that, and that was like a band that just released this EP, which fucking sick EP. And it was just before they did like a little Australian tour, so jumped on that. That was on like Poison City Records. And then we played shows with like Smith Street Band, fucking like Clowns, Camp Cope, like a whole bunch of bands like that. And then like huge band, and played like in stores at Kill the Music when that was a thing. And then the singer chose to kind of like just leave it for a bit. And then myself and another member of the Gifthorse, Stevie Scott, he also plays in Death Cult now.
With Matt.
Like a band. With Bash. Stevie hit me up. He's like, do you want to play drums in this band? And I was like, he was like, I'm starting this band. I was like, yeah, cool, no worries, keen. And then the singer from the Gifthorse was like, do you want to play drums in this band? I'm starting another one, which was called Headaches. And I was just like, fuck. I was like, I can't say yes to both. I'd feel weird about it. I ended up saying no to the Headaches one and went with the Fires of Waco one. And Stooks, who's a tattooist and a drummer, ended up playing for those guys. And I think he had played in Extortion for a little bit as well. So like we were kind of like pal bands at that start. So we started playing like all ages shows and whatever else. And then pretty quickly after that, we joined onto Arrest Records, which is run by Greg Arrest. I think he does all like the touring stuff, like driving and all that jazz at the moment now. But he had like a little like thing there that we'd recorded with Sam Saljugi from like Ghost Town, way back in the day. And that's so when we were recording that, Luke Harris is friends with Sam Saljugi, and they were at the studio when we were recording that first Fires of Waco thing or whatever. And I can't remember where I'm going with this, but so did all that, and started playing in Fires of Waco. Then I think within like 6 months we'd gone from Arrest Records, then joined Poison City Records again, put out a secondary record, which was Old Ghosts, I'm pretty sure. And then basically as soon as we did that, we basically jumped on to a tour with Balance of Composure. And then after that tour, we jumped on a tour with Defeater and Miles Away as well. But then prior to that, I think we had done in Gifthorse, we'd also done a tour with Polar Bear Club and Break Even as well. So that was like kind of like similar people, like all in that same kind of realm doing shit. And then some stuff had happened with one of the guys in the band, and he had to move over to New Zealand. And then that's kind of like, I think we put out that last EP, and then he basically moved over to New Zealand, and then he was a main songwriter as well. So we kind of couldn't do anything with it after that. And and that was about it. He was also one of the guys from the Gifthorse too. And and then so that kind of like flopped, and I don't think I was doing anything for a little bit. And then that dude moved over to New Zealand, then moved back, and was like, oh, we should start doing Gifthorse again. And I was like, okay, fuck.
Because I wasn't aware that the Gifthorse was before Fires of Waco and after. I just thought it was after. Because
so it was like
fucking love the Gifthorse.
Oh, thanks, man.
They are, like, I say it on a couple of episodes of this, in my opinion, the best band from Brisbane ever. Like, legitimately, I froth the Gifthorse so hard.
Fuck yeah. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. So then we started doing that again. Played some shows, like various bands, did like all the like Poison City Weekenders that we were doing before and stuff like that. Obviously the bands that we'd played with before, or bands that had supported us before, were now like fucking, like huge bands. So like, Smith Street Band were fucking like right up there. You're just like, fuck, we've missed a bit now, kind of thing. So kind of come in. It was like we never like were planning to kind of like take over the world with it or anything like that. I think it was just more so just an excuse to basically go to different cities and drink a bunch of beers and hang the fuck out, kind of thing, or maintain the buzz, as Stevie would put it. But we did a bunch of that stuff, and then obviously coming closer to the end of Gifthorse, Shane decided to not be with us anymore, and that kind of put a dampener on that. But I don't want to go over that too much.
That's fair.
But and basically, like, it was like Fires of Waco, then Gifthorse started up again, and then on the interim, like before all the stuff had happened with Shane, Luke, who I'd met from the other Fires of Waco recordings and stuff like that, their drummer was leaving from She Cries Wolf, and I'd met Luke obviously through that, and Kyle I'd met one of my ex-partners was friends with like had a friend that Kyle was seeing at the time as well. We both like ended up going to this like fucking I think it was like a weird triple date type thing, and Kyle and I just ended up getting like real naughty drunk, like throwing up in the car park, like just like full menace, like just naughty boys. And then I'd run into him like before I joined She Cries. And he was like, oh yeah, we're just about to do this tour and blah blah blah. He's like, what do you reckon about this and all this kind of stuff? And I was giving him like just tips and stuff. I was like, dude, make sure you take a pillow, sleeping bag, like all this shit. Like it's a fucking, you're gonna hate your back like in like 2 minutes after being in the van. So then Luke sent me a message and was like, hey man, would love for you to come try out for Cries. I was like, yeah, cool, no worries. Got given a full set list, and like learnt it all. So like stuff that I like hadn't done in fucking years, because like I was playing, I mean, like all the Fires of Waco stuff was single kick. All the Gifthorse stuff was single kick, all like kind of more like rock stuff. And like most of that was like kind of written by Stevie as well, so there wasn't much room for me to kind of like add stuff in. The only time that I kind of was able to kind of add extra stuff was in like in that last Fires of Waco record, like the EP that came out. And that was like the good one, because I was like, that's a fucking sick snare tone, and I was like, this is cool. So Luke was like, oh, you've got like, I think it was like maybe like a month or so to learn all these songs. I'm like, okay, cool. They were also like had a couple other people that were like trying out and whatever else. So I was just like, fuck. I think I hit up Lee Stanton for like a double kick lesson. That was like, he was doing die art at the time as well, and I hit him up. I was like, dude, can you like help me? I need to get my chops up like real fucking fast. And because I like, obviously I used to play in metal bands back in the day, so like I could do double kick, but it was just one of those like endurance type things. So I was like, I need to figure this out. I'm thankful I did that, because got into the jam room with the guys, and they're like, oh yes, yeah. So we usually play the songs, 10 to 20 BPM faster, like for vibe kind of thing. I'm like, oh, okay, so like something that's already like 180 BPM then goes to like 210 or something like that. I'm just like, fucking hell. And I like, there was a couple other guys that had tried out, and they were kind of like playing it at speed but like missing a lot of stuff and whatever else. And they were like, oh, can you do it faster? And I was like, luckily you drilled over the songs a shit ton to be like, no worries, like smash it out. They're like, like you're the only one that's actually gotten through like 5 or 6 songs without making any like fuck ups. I was like, okay, sick. No worries. So they're like, cool, here's a set, let's do that. And then ended up like first show I played with them was with Drowning Pool. That like let the body to the floor band. We played with them, and it was like this is a fucking meme if I've never seen one.
That's so sick.
And so learnt this whole set, and then like fucking the day afterwards they're like, oh yeah man, here's the new set. So I'd like spent all this time learning all these songs that like pretty much like 90% of those songs were like removed, and they started doing the other like all these other new songs. I'm like, okay, cheers.
And I'm guessing because that was around 2016 that so that was all like the Divorce stuff before that. So I'd learned all the Divorce stuff, and I came in when they were basically recording Doubt. So they'd got like Isaac to come in and do. So they'd originally hit me up. They're like, cool man, like would love for you to come finish this record and all this kind of jazz. And I'd already had like a holiday booked to go to Japan. So I was like, look, can't do it. So Isaac Calro, he recorded the drums for that record. He's a drummer for the Comfort now. So he recorded all that, and then basically I came in at the end of it, mixed it, and was doing like all that stuff with Troy and the rest of the guys. And then that got released through 11th. Went all right, I think. I think it was.
We got some shows, did like a tour or two off it, and then we just started working on Lyre, and did all that stuff as well. So
sick. And that's your journey up until now.
Like did all the Lyre stuff. Did some more tours with that, and then I think we played like one show, and that was like the full Lyre set at that new like home venue that basically ran for like maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then COVID basically just shut everything down. So yeah, it was heaps cool.
Yeah, COVID's like fully fucked like the entire scene.
Yeah, pretty much. Like there's like some stuff I missed out on. Like so obviously I launched the like Gallows Drums drum hire company. I had some like various festivals that I was working on, like Full Tilt, like the guys from like Luca Brasi. They were like Poison City Records guys back in the day. Like their first demos and stuff like that all featured like Gifthorse covers in them and stuff like that. So like when I'd first met those dudes, they were just like doing like smaller shows and whatever else, and we were playing with them, and so like love those dudes. Have been like fucking mates for a fucking very long time. So I sent a message to Dan. Dan was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, sick business kind of thing." And I was set to go do like teching for him. Then I was gonna be teching for a couple other bands on that lineup for that day as well. And that didn't go too well. Then I got five shows in with the Polaris guys and Deadlights for that Vagabond tour. Was scheduled to do the rest of the tour as well. Obviously that's on hold now as well, but that's kind of fucked all that. And then there was some like various festivals like From the Floor Up, which is a Shane Collins type festival as well. Shane used to do when Crowbar was the thing in Brisbane. Shane, Paul Vogue, and a couple other people used to basically put on the I can't remember the name of it. I think it was different every year, but it was like basically just to support like depression and suicide awareness and things like that. So I think they're kind of continuing the legacy with that. Cam Gillard as well, that runs like Via and all that jazz. Sick. Another absolute fucking legend. But it pretty much gets me like kind of up to date with the drum hire stuff.
How's that going?
Like it's pretty good so far. Like I like didn't do it to like obviously I got like a full-time job as well, so I didn't like create it to like basically change my like I guess like what money I receive from it is kind of just like another way to be involved in the scene if I'm not doing something, like if I'm not playing shows or whatever else for some reason, then I still feel like I can give back to the music community. I was already doing like drum hire and stuff like that, like Jordo from Stepson, obviously he's like in Melbourne, flies down for all the steppy stuff, so I've always been giving them kits and whatever else for the last little while. Even the Deadlights guys, like you'll see like in some of the video clips, like you'll see that they've got like my kits in them as well. So I've been doing that like kind of just like unofficially for a while, and I was like, well, if I make a business out of it, I can like got more of an excuse to buy more drums, because you can never have enough drums. But it's also just to like another excuse to hang out, go to shows, talk drums, because that's like the one thing I fucking love. Some drummers are like, it's all good, man. I just hit them, man. Like it's all G. And I'm like, oh man, if you check this out, like I just get like fucking like very nerdy with shit, like tuning and whatever else. It's just I like setting it up, like having a look at it and being like, sick. Like sick. So this one of those things is more of like a passion thing, other than like I can see a gap in the market to take advantage of type thing. So
that's sick. And I think like with being in a
kind of thing,
with like being I just got heaps of like feedback. I was like, what the fuck? Being in like a major city and stuff, it's like sort of hard for drummers to like find a space to like have their kits, or like to have an actual kit, not just an electric kit, and places to play and stuff. So like any way to give back to like drum community in Brisbane is like sick.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's exactly that. So it's like a lot of the times, like anytime I was on tour or anything like that, sometimes the headliner band isn't as friendly as you would like, and they're like, you know what, fucking no way am I sharing this high kit with you. Like, you can use the support band's kit, and sometimes support band will either show up with nothing and be like, oh, I thought you guys had a kit here already. Or the support band might not have the gear you need to get the show done and all that kind of shit. So I hated being in those kind of areas where, like, you would play the set, you'd play the show, and it was just like cymbal stand was breaking, or the throne that you thought was going to be all right was like maybe like 12 inches too low, and you had to like monkey your way through the fucking through the set. Just stuff like that that can completely throw you off, because it's like I feel like the band is only as good as the drummer usually. Like I don't think I've ever heard of any like real sick ripping bands that don't have a bullshit good drummer. And if the drummer's not having a good night, then the rest of everyone else is not going to be having a good night either. So it's just like laying the foundation of like basic comfortability for like the main guy that's basically exerting the fuck out of himself. Guy or girl, sorry. So that's kind of the vibe. And during COVID, I had like kind of sold the place I was living at, because I was over in Cannon Hill, and got an apartment closer to the city. So I'm kind of basically like just sitting like near the windows now, but I basically can see like the Fortitude Valley train station and like where the old Crowbar and all that jazz is. So it makes it easy for like if there's like Rip Crowbar. It makes it easy for like if someone needs something last minute, then I can be like, cool, no worries, like here you go. Like I do session work for this new band called Sunbleached. And we were playing a show with Void and Fangs, which is that Sydney band. And so we'd gone down there. There's a house kit down there at Greaser, and man, it was like duct tape, fucking whatever else. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Walked back home, grabbed at least my like hardware and wheeled it down into there, then like retune the kit and everything else, and actually made it sound decent. And the sound dude was like, man, like fuck you, like So I just ended up leaving all my stuff up for the rest of the night, just to like keep people rolling and keeping them safe, because I'd hate to be that dude that's like, man, this is all my stuff, feel free to use the house shit. It's always that. Be like, hey, don't worry, man. We've got all this house, like we've got the house kit covered, and it's like a milk crate and a snare sitting on top of that.
No, I've definitely been in that situation. Like I think I played Brightside once. It was with Kings, and another band had like brought all their hardware and shit, and then he took it away, but also hid the other hardware, like the house hardware. So I went up and I was just like, where the fuck is everything? The sound guy's like, didn't you move it? I was like, no, man, like I've got my shit. Like I know where all this other shit is.
It was probably on that fucking Sailor Jerry Truth kit too.
Yep. The most overused drum kit in all of Brisbane.
There's like that. Is there one of them, or there's two of them? I feel like there's one at the zoo and there's one at Bridie.
I've literally played both of them. If there's two, I've played both of them. And I remember playing a show, and I was just like, I'm never doing this again. Gifthorse got given they were like, there's some festival, and they're like, oh, we're doing like a bunch of covers, and would love you to do what was the band? It was anyway. It's this cover show, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, if I'm doing it, I'm showing up. I'm gonna get like fucking wildly drunk and play, and it's gonna be a fucking cool time, because that's what we're all kind of like doing at the time. We're like, well, if we're doing it, we're just doing it for fun. And got there, played a set, and like it was just one of those things that I think I ended up just setting up a crash and a ride cymbal, because the rest of the like stands couldn't fit anything.
and it was just like I think I brought a throne with me, but it was like that kit was a bad time from what I remember. Just trying to think. I think it was like a Smiths like cover night, so it was a whole bunch of like Smith songs that we done.
Rad.
So it's like one of those things that like spent heaps of time learning the songs and like jamming them and like tweaking them, and you play one show and you're like, cool, that's that done. Like
And I think the only person that carries those on is Jesse from Dark Soul with his Korn cover band.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think he's done one at like Crowbar just before it like moved to where Brightside was and shut down. And then I think he did one at Brightside as well.
Yeah, I'd be interested to go. I haven't gone to Crowbar Brightside recently, but I'd be keen to see what my friend Steen does a whole bunch of like street art painting and stuff like that. So I think he's like just covered the Brightside with a whole bunch of new stuff as well. So that might be.
They put up some photos of the inside now.
So that should look pretty decent.
Yeah, it does. It looks pretty good from the photos. I think last time I went there I saw Kubla Khan and Stray from the Path with Deadlights.
Oh, yeah.
And She Cries Wolf. Yeah, you guys played that too.
Yeah, I was like, hang on.
Yeah. I was like, who was the other one? I was like, oh, fucking of course. Yeah, that was a fucking sick show. I literally left after Kubla Khan, so I watched you guys, Deadlights, and Kubla Khan went home.
Yeah, because that was the what was that? That was they all played Unified that
like the next week.
So me, Jaden, and his friend Taylor, or my friend Taylor as well, we ended up going to Unified because Chelsea Mack, which is Zach's wife from Ghost Inside, basically like Chelsea was coming to visit just in general, and then Zach and Ghost Inside got a slot for Unified or whatever. And she was like, oh, is it cool if Zach comes too? I'm like, yeah, no worries. So like Zach and Chelsea stayed at my old house for like, I think it was like 2 weeks, like over Christmas. And and then Zach and Chelsea were like, oh, you guys want to come down to Unified? We're like, yeah, fuck yeah. So booked that. And then we booked like this fucking like 3 double bed camper van for like 3 of us. So we all had like double beds to sleep on in this like camper van thing. Drove down and just like fucking had a good time.
Sick.
I like saw Mikey. He was playing drums for Tide Line because I was like, at that point I was like, trying to play drums for Tide Line because I was like, I had some talks with them for a little bit. And there was some other people that got chosen for that, but I was like, just came down there to kind of give it a suss, and it was pretty sick. And then just lots of beers and whatever else, just side of stage watching bands and just being a useless dude. I was like, I'm not here to play any shows. It's fine. And I remember just like one of the days it was like cold as fuck. I'm just like walking around, and I could see like the Deadlight, like half the Deadlights guys had like driven their car in because it was like muddy as fuck everywhere. And I was like, hey, what are you guys doing here? And they're just like all just like hanging out the side of the car, just like freezing their asses off. I'm like, oh fuck, man. So it's like, just whole bunch of mates, and I was like, good memory. Pretty much just before the like all the lockdown shit had happened, and I was just like, fucking. Bleh.
At least you sent it out with like a bang, man.
No, that's exactly it. But I mean, lockdown's been interesting. It's it's been pretty difficult to be like kind of like 100% engaged with like a lot of shit. I think like because Kyle does a lot of the writing for She Cries stuff or whatever, and we'd done like, I think at one point during lockdown we had pretty much like album, and like some of it was like Cradle of Filth worship songs and like a whole bunch of other shit, and we're just like looked at each other like, just fucking press the delete button on it, and like kind of like started working on it again. We're just like kind of just spiraling. So working on something like something now, and it's going to be probably the kind of return to formula for like some of the like older divorcey stuff, but with a lot of kind of like angst and like whatever else like added into it, just like a little salt bay of like kind of like us being kind of like stuck away and whatever else, and working on it with some cool dudes. So this should be pretty fucking cool to come out. Here's my puppies.
Cool. No, that's sick, man. I think like now's a good time for people to like be putting out their frustrations through their preferred art.
No, that's exactly it. It's because I mean there was definitely ones that we'd had in the bank, and I was like, we had like a little like hangout session, had beers and had to like listen to them all, and we're like, we're like, we'll cut these pieces and like maybe use them later on or something like that. But hopefully the new stuff that we're working on has the same excitement that I have about it with everything else. So
cool, man.
So all those things you're like, oh, this is cool. I'm really into this. Put it out, and everyone's like, oh, that was all right. You're like, fuck.
Wrong.
Yeah. That's pretty much that. So no, I think the guys that we're working with on it, should because we're actually like, getting other people to help produce this time, as opposed to just doing it all in-house. So hopefully there's some additional insights and a little bit of change. But it's definitely still has that She Cries feel to it, kind of thing. So
cool.
Should be cool.
Yeah, sick. And with all your time in the scene, if you could like go back and change anything or do something different, what would you put that down as?
Oh man, like almost everything. Look, I'm happy with like where I like am at now, or where I like ended up at this point in time. I think it's just more so like, being young, and like when I joined Gifthorse, all the other guys were older and whatever else, so I had to kind of like I guess learn. Like I had a pretty steep learning curve as soon as I joined, just doing shit that is like, the fuck are you doing? Like just young kid
like
stuff.
And
you just like, like it's the stuff that you like that I probably would have learned if I had like fucked around with like a bunch of like local bands for a while, as opposed to kind of doing like fucking around with like a couple local bands and then just kind of like jumping up to a bigger band. Like the Gifthorse was like when I first joined. So I mean, I'm still happy with the journey that I had. I think it's just more so just I would have like maybe like I probably like with the drum studio and all that stuff that I have now, I think I probably would have just told myself to focus on like more shit, like be more open and whatever else, because I was like, at one stage I was jamming in like probably like 5 or 6 bands, and that was like when I was like 21, 22, and just burnt myself out like real quick. It was like pretty much when I was like doing Gifthorse just before I joined She Cries as well. Like I just like, it kind of like, I guess like felt like I was like, I'm kind of done with this, or like I'm not really sure what I can do, like moving forward, kind of thing. Like, and just kind of like, accepted dad bod life, and like was just kind of felt a little bit lazy and like whatever else, and just probably felt a little bit defeated. So just I think I probably like, if I was able to tell myself, I'd be like, yo, should have like kicked the fuck out of it and started like doing more shit like around then. So maybe would have like, just it's one of those things that you never know what would have been there if you would have just keep on keeping on, like just what, because it's like a lot of the music industry stuff that you get is all people that so it's like it's all like connections, it's all like good impressions, it's all stuff like that. In my younger years I probably didn't leave heaps of good impressions with some people, but it's one of those things that you only learn how to be a better person moving forward with life, and like doing all those kind of things. There's no one that's like like 1920 that didn't say or do something dumb at one point in their life, kind of thing. So I think I spent a lot of time like dwelling on like, oh shit, did I do, or do I say the wrong thing, and not being confident. Whereas like, you know, now having that confidence and knowing that like realistically the stuff that I did or whatever, like it wasn't that bad, or it was just more so just someone's opinion that probably didn't actually even like me anyway, that was kind of like helps like skewing my view of the situation as well. So just a lot of things like that. Like mental health, I think, is a big thing that I'd like overcome within like just playing shows, or even just like meeting people and chatting to people. Like, you know, used to be like shy as fuck when I was doing like Pfizer Waco and Gifthorse early on. And that probably came down to people being like, I think he's like a bit like fucking rude or standoffish or whatever. But it was just purely like, I fucking have no idea what to say. And I've already thought about what to say like 20 fucking times before saying it. And then, you know, it just, not very good at conversation as like I kind of am now, kind of thing. So
I think that like definitely everybody that gets into the playing shows at a young age, because I was like that when I was like 20, 21. I was like, I don't know, I'm from a small town, I'm fucking weird, like I don't want to talk about adults and shit. But now like, I don't give a fuck.
No, that's exactly it. Like if I had the confidence I have now, and like the drive that I have now, plus the drive that I had when I was younger, then I feel like I probably would be kicking some dicks in. But
Sick. Cool, we'll get into your top 5 favorite bands of all time.
Whoa, shit. I didn't prep for this at all. Top five.
Doesn't have to be in any order.
Okay. Well, like at least in the top 5 would be AFI.
Which album is your favorite album?
I actually like the All Hallows EP is probably my like fave. Like the like Boy Who Destroyed the World and Total Immortal. Like those two were like the first 2 ones that I got into, and I was like, But like Black Sails was another fucking sick one. Just pretty much like anything earlier, getting up to fucking what's the one? I knew this was gonna happen. Is me just like forgetting shit.
Up until just before Jade joined.
When I like got up to like Sing the Sorrow, and I was like, sick. And then pretty much like anything after Sing the Sorrow, I kind of like can't vibe as much. So like
changed their sound dramatically.
It was kind of they got a song on Guitar Hero or whatever. I was just like, not vibing that. But the rest of the guys in Cries, they're all huge like AFI fans as well. So Kyle and I like really old school stuff. Belek really like old school stuff. Luke likes a whole bunch of it. So like when we're in like driving and touring, like we'll like probably listen to the whole discography, and he'll like force us to listen to like Crash Love and whatever else. I'm just like, fucking
They put out an EP a couple of years ago called The Invisible Man. And that's very like old AFI.
I actually haven't listened to it. I think I listened to, what was it? The one that like the recent one that I brought out was like Burials, which was the one that I was like, this is cool. But it was like obviously like a bit of a slow burn. There was a couple of like Red Hot Boys in there, but fucking sick band. Then Tiger's Jaw is one of my favorites as well.
Fuck yeah.
I'd like Gateway. So another one of my favorites is Bounce Composure. So like hadn't really listened to them too much before like touring with them, and then basically like doing a tour with them when they had brought out the Separation record. And I basically was just like, just watching them, like 3 guitars every night, just fucking ripping. I was just like, this is sick. So it was like watch that, and then got like hell into that. And then like Tiger's Jaw had that split EP with them as well. And I started listening to them through that. And just both of them ended up being like 2 of my favorites, like to the point that when Balance announced that they were doing the little like breakup thing, I was like, oh fuck, and it was like in the States. I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just like go over there and see if I can catch a couple of shows. Like still mates with the dudes, so I ended up heading out. Went to go see a couple of shows in New York, and then there was I think it was like one outside of New York, and then I'd like gone with the guys over into Boston and watched 2 shows there as well. And when I was in Boston, I tried to like catch up with hang on, I have to buzz someone in. Hang on. Sorry, man.
That's all good, man.
Sorry, where were we? Obviously you can cut that part.
The 5 shows you watched in New York and Boston.
So obviously I'd done that tour with the Defeater guys, and I'd sent off sent a message to Jake, which plays guitar in Defeater, and I was like, hey man, I'm heading out to these shows. He's like, oh fuck yeah, like sweet, I'll might meet up with you or whatever. It was like him, Corey played bass for that tour, and he plays in another band now. I think it was Touche Amore from memory. I have to double check. I feel like I'm wrong, but it was like one of those like those Bridge 9 type, like the wave bands. Ended up like heading out and got went to the show, and then Jake was like, I got a surprise for you. I was like, oh, who is it? And me and Andy got along like a house on fire, which is the original drummer for Defeater. And he was like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, oh fuck. And we just like had this sick night just catching up and like drinking beers and watching like Balance and Tiger's Jaw. And Andy I think had played drums in Tiger's Jaw for like a little bit. And Jake had filled in for Tiger's Jaw as well, and did some bands like Ambitions and a couple other ones as well. So just like this cool little like, other side of the world type, like, hang out with people, hanging out with mates, meeting new mates kind of thing. And I was just like, this is a very cool feeling. Then I think like I'd have to put down maybe like Blink. Blink was like a huge like inspiration, like drum wise for me, like Travis Barker and stuff like that. Like that self-titled album was like the one that I guess like stuck to the most. And I was like, this is like fucking banger. And that's why, doing that that drum cover with Scott the other day was like fucking fun. Yeah. Because like there's a lot of thanks, man. There's like a lot of there's like two bands I always just like never attempted learning drums for, and that was stuff like Blink and Slipknot were the 2 that I just like had left off the list just purely because I was just like didn't feel worthy or didn't feel like I would like be able to play them as well as like those like fucking ripping drummers are on there kind of thing. So and then I'd have to say number 5 would be like Slipknot. So that's like the like out of all those, it's kind of like there's some stuff that kind of like like Tiger's Jaw and stuff like that kind of like fills that little like emo hole that I have, and then like other ones that like drum inspo and things like that like stick around for like a very long time. Like even like honorable mentions would be like obviously like Defeater and Offspring and like a whole bunch of different like little bits and pieces of bands. So I just like, everything I listen to, I'm just like, fuck, I want to pull like little bits from that, little bits from this. Just fucking, bits and pieces like that.
Fuck yeah, sick. And what's your favorite Slipknot album?
Ooh, it'd be Iowa.
Pinnacle.
I think, like the angry one. So like like obviously listen to like self-titled, but when Iowa came out, I think I was kind of like completely into my like little like goth phase that I was going through, and like that, and listening to like Murder Dolls and wearing like striped armbands and like those little like So I think Joey had like those little those gel bracelets. They had fucking hundreds on either side. I was pretty much like I had that. Just like murdered all tees and whatever else, just looking like a little pleb. But just hanging out at like Hungry Jack's in the Queen Street Mall after work.
The infamous Hungry Jack's of Queen Street Mall.
Yeah. So I'd go there after we were all doing like in high school we're doing like work placement. Okay. And I got work placement at Drummer's Warehouse and worked there for a little bit. And so I'd like go there and then meet up with the other two guys. I think one of them was going to SAE for like work experience. Another guy was going to like Allen's for like at the guitar shop. And then we'd just meet up in the mall and fucking talk shit, like hang out, like look cool, go to Off Your Tree because I think that was the only thing that was like the cool place or whatever. And and then that was kind of like where I'd like met Chelsea and that as well, so that kind of goes like full circle back that way. And just little bits and pieces, or like as I mentioned like before, like it's like you run into people, kind of like become friends with them, and they kind of just create little paths and whatever else in your like I guess timeline or whatever. So very cool.
Hearing about it all, it's like wild. It's like this, that, and it just all like comes together, and it's fucking crazy.
It's definitely a lot of that shit. And I think that's like a lot of guys like when I was hanging out with Dan, a lot of guys are always like, oh, how do you know these people, and like how do you know this guy? I'm like, dude, I'm just like been around for a long time and played in like different parts of the music scene within Australia. So it's like, and most of those people that were around then, like, like Nick Yates and Mords and, Graz from Resist and a whole bunch of people like that still, are still kicking around now. Obviously Mords is like the tour manager for Polaris. And, everyone's doing like sick shit now. So it's just like, it's one of those things you just run to and be like, hey man, how you been? You're just like, it's all just like, old heads.
That's excellent, man. Fuck yeah. Well, thanks for doing the podcast.
No worries, man. Thank you so much for having me on. Hopefully have been entertaining.
A good one.
I'm used to doing like radio interviews and being like, I've got like a show to plug or something like that, but not anything in depth to like I guess like stuff that I've done in my lifetime really. So
I kind of wanted to be a bit like an introductory to people in bands that people know and see, but they don't like get the chance to speak to them that often, if that makes sense. And then like talking through like the previous incarnations of the scene, like bringing up all these old bands that people are like, oh fuck, and then like hopefully that'll give some life to the new scene now. No, I mean, like I think it's one of those things that we've always like, especially with like She Cries, like we've like Luke was always organizing like all ages shows, and like a lot of those people that are younger that were heading to those all ages shows are now old enough to play in bands and do whatever else. So we love seeing shit like that, like even mentioning like people that used to like come shows is like someone like Connor, like sings in Head Wreck now. Luke had featured on like one of their songs, and like we like every time we're thinking of people to add on to shows and things like that, we're like, yep, cool, like these guys are great, been around for a long time. Sick and
band.
Like when they were doing what they were doing before Head Wreck, I used to play like shows with them all the time, like these Righty Crowbar shows, and they're all just like good dudes. Bunch of legends. But it's just like doing that and supporting like the younger guys in the scene and whatever else as well. Like it's just like, instead of everyone's got the ability to kind of like not help other people or anything like that, but like if like I'm one of those people that if someone follows me, I'll send them a message and be like, hey man, I'm gonna pick your brain about some shit, just purely because I want to know shit, like and that's how I've met like a lot of drummers in different cities and fates and whatever else, and then we'll like meet up and then actually chat shit and kind of go that way. Like I think I'd done that to Dan from Polaris at first,
And then he'd hired before he was with Pearl, he'd hired a DW kit from me, like before I was doing Gallows Drum stuff.
Yeah.
And that was for those 3 Parkway shows that were that they did, kind of thing. So like stuff like that, where just like someone's like, look, Gal's got a kit. We're like, yeah, cool, no worries. Like, just pay for the heads and I'll like slap them on.
Fuck yeah.
Kind of thing. And then just hitting people up and just picking their brain and talking shit. Like, I remember, like, I don't think I'd met Mitch from Alpha before, but I used to just like send him messages, be like, hey man, what's this? What do you do here? Like, just like always just eager and humble to learn. And then also, like, if there's something that I know that I can help someone else out with, then fucking like, happy to do so. Like,
let's see.
I'm usually the most approachable person if someone needs to know something. But if it's like gossipy, like stuff with scene related stuff, and I'm like, nah, I don't. Like, already dealt with that when I first joined this whole music scene.
Yeah, the older you get, the further you want to stay the fuck away from it.
Yeah, 100%. So it's like anyone being like, "Oh, you said this," be like, "I don't fucking care. Leave me alone." Like, don't
go away. Yeah. Sick.
But if someone was like, "Hey, man, how do you tune your snare?" I'd be like, "Dude, I'll show you. Like, come with me."
Like, do you use?
At the moment, I've got. So I've got some SJC endorsement. Originally, I had a DW endorsement, and now I moved over to SJC. Those dudes have been helping me out a whole bunch. Just really good, like, I guess, like social media presence, which helps, just for like doing like drum videos and things like that. But snare. I'm using the that Slipknot snare that I had purchased a little while ago. Just like I think it was 48 plies, which fucking like smashes. But another one I use as well, one that Declan White made, and that's like a 3 mil bell brass snare with brass hoops and stuff. And then I think I was using a DW Collectors. So for that Liar record, I used a DW Collectors like steel snare. And that was just me trying to kind of rip off the Defeater snare sound that they had in that in some of the earlier records. Because I used to use like I think it was like a Yamaha and a Pearl reference steel snare. So I was like, well, what can I use out of the shit that I can get to kind of like, get something similar. So those are like my go-tos. And then I had another one that which is like a DW Collectors. There was a Purple Heart as well. That's like a fucking really cool like in between snare. So it's like kind of gives the attack of like a metal snare, but has that kind of like warmth of a maple as well. So because I was using like maple snares for a long time, and I played a show in Melbourne, and there was like on the stage there was like heaps of soundproofing and whatever else, and I like it was just something weird. I just couldn't hear the bottom snare. And it was just wasn't any like it wasn't loud enough for me to get it back, kind of thing. So like all I was hearing was just like the boom, like on the top end. And I was like, it's fucking like like nightmare mode, because I was just like, fuck, like trying to tune it, trying to do like I was like, what's wrong with it? And it was just purely then I pretty much like switched over to using like a black nickel over brass, like 14x8, and that ended up cutting. But I just like I got really annoyed with the brass overtone that was coming through on it. So I was like, I think I'm gonna try and just fuck around with a bunch of different ones. And I think the happy medium was like either something that's like super thick 48 ply to give the volume and punch, or something that's like either like the bell brass, which has some seemingly like less overtones than the black nickel over brass, or a steel, because that gets rid of those weird like hum overtones that you get from brass as well.
Sick.
But there's another sick one that I bought. There was like a drum garage sale that this Brian guy, which is like a rip and drummer, put on a little while ago. Mitch did like a little like sample of like a couple of Alpha songs and stuff there as well. But I bought this Metro snare, which is like a Jarrah ply steel hybrid.
Okay.
So it's like there's no like real like, because the steel swallows all the overtones.
Yeah.
It's still got the steel like volume, but the actual like wood tone itself, it comes through as well. So it's like really fucking nice.
Metro drums are like really fucking good. I had a custom 14 by 6 Tasmanian Blackwood snare that I got made.
Nice. Yeah.
It was so fucking good.
That's a fucking vibe there. I've always like, I really want to get like a Brady like Jarrah block snare. I've got like a Brady Jarrah ply, which sounds like cool, but I'm just not like the wood snare guy. But that snare, that Metro snare, the Semantics guys hired that.
Oh, cool.
And one of the Ludwig kits that I've got recently, and that's on that new single that they just put out as well. Yeah, it was like 6 snare tone. Yeah. And I sent him a message, was like, oh, did you guys use any like reinforcements or anything like MIDI reinforcing or anything like on that record? He's like, no, nothing. Like it's just purely like drum tone. I was like, that's fucking sick. Awesome. I was like, fuck yeah. And that was like the kind of like the first like drum hire one where I'd like dropped everything off, came into the studio, tuned the drums to the room, brought a couple of different ones to try and figure it out and make sure that it was like the right tone for the session kind of thing. Because I mean, it's easy to do like kind of like metalcore stuff. You're like, okay, like short, tight toms, like you know, like clicky kicks and whatever else. But obviously, like that's a different vibe for those guys. So it's like, okay, we need something that's kind of a little bit warmer, has like a little bit more of like a resonance and like a little bit more of like an earthy tone as well. So just ended up going with like, I think we used like a DW Collector's kick and 2 Ludwig toms, like a 12 and a 14, and then just that Metro snare, and that came out fucking really nice.
Excellent.
But that's what I meant by like, if you ask me something about drums, I'll just be like, like
no, gear talk is sick. Proper good gear talk. Cool, man. Well, I'll get out of your hair and we'll hit your socials, She Cries socials, and the show you have coming up soon.
That's coming up very soon. I think there's still a few tickets available. Hopefully the COVID restrictions don't cap it too much, but playing a bunch of old songs, so songs that I learned originally in that when I first joined. I think I'll be playing those again finally, so should be pretty good. I was meant to be learning all those songs this week, but obviously that didn't happen because of lockdown. But so I've got a little bit of a extra learning curve to hit up in the next couple of days to get it all nice and smooth. But got those shows coming up, and a couple of talks of tours and stuff like that with another larger local band here. So hopefully have some cool stuff to announce in the next few months.
Okay, cool. And then your personal socials and She Cries Wolf socials.
So obviously like Gallows Drums, Instagram. Then I've obviously got a YouTube for that as well. That's like I've got an all my links link thing in my thing there, and then obviously She Cries Wolf or at She Cries Wolf on Instagram, and you can find the same thing on Facebook. I think there's another all my links in that as well. But cool. Feel free to give them a squizzy. Anyone listening? So. If you've made it this far.
Sick, man. Well, thanks for doing the podcast.
Dude, thank you so much for having me on. Thanks for doing the podcast yourself. It's cool to see someone doing something like inventive for like around like local scene and all that kind of stuff as well, just supporting and giving everyone a platform to I guess like reminisce and talk shit on as well. So I've taken a nice little walk down memory lane today.
I figured it'd be nice to like give younger like bands and also like just local bands in general the platform that's saved for like the big signed bands.
No, exactly that. So like I'd love to get on and do like downbeat podcast or something like that one day, but yeah, I don't think I'm cool enough for that yet. So
there was one time ever in like putting this podcast out that my podcast was like rating higher than his in the Apple Podcast like music section. Shit. And I was like,
nice.
Beat him.
You're like, ha!
Yeah, he probably had like 10,000 more downloads later that day, so I got like wrecked after that. But
but you could screen cap and be like, hey guys, check this. Like,
I was higher than Craig Reynolds for like 1 minute. Yeah.
Just post it and tag him in it. Be like, hey man, maybe we should collab.
Yeah.
And he'd be like,
he'd be like, who the fuck are you? And I'd be like, I went to one of your shows once.
I'd be like, I've just seen you play drums. Please acknowledge me.
Yeah. Sick, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well,
there we go. Done. Another week. Huge shout out to Luke. He's a dead set legend. He's welcome back on the podcast whenever he wants to jump back on, and all the dudes from She Cries Wolf are welcome on whenever the fuck they want. This one was a long one. Probably one of my favorites as well, which is fucking sick. It gave me a real kick up the arse to like just fucking keep grinding it out. Now, like I said in the intro, listen to She Cries Wolf wherever you listen to music. And like Luke said in the outro, head over to @Gallows Drums for everything he's doing. He's got some killer drum covers on his YouTube channel also. And @She Cries Wolf for everything She Cries Wolf. Check them out. They're fucking sick. If you haven't already. If you haven't, the fuck is wrong with you? And if you like what I'm doing over here with the podcast, share it, tell a friend and subscribe. Follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you listen. And hit me up on Instagram @Heavy Sweater Podcast, and hit me up on Facebook @Heavy Sweater Podcast. And final plug, in 2 weeks' time as well, my band Shokan will be playing the Bright Side on the 16th of September with Isolation to launch their new EP, This World Grows Cold, along with Salt Money, Entrapment, and Harbour the Code. So yeah, like fucking hit that week hard, I reckon. If you're a weapon, hit that weekend hard. Thursday, Brightside. Friday, Woolly Mammoth. And then I don't give a fuck what you do with your weekend after that. Just support local music. It's what it's all about. But yeah, support everything local. Fuck yeah. Come back next week for a new episode. Thanks.